Welcome everybody at the second live stream of Flower Circus. Today we should talk with Mark Frank. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it because of some personal reasons. So hope we will catch up with him on Saturday or Sunday. To keep it positive today, I quickly called my dear colleague, friend, clown and ringmaster in the Flower Circus, Jhon Koopman. And let's get him in. Jhon, welcome.
Yeah.
It works. You look good as always.
Thank you very much, Jhon.
So, first of all, are you still healthy or healthy enough? And how are you doing?
As healthy as a 50-year-old can be, probably. So, how am I doing? I'm doing fine. The weather is fine. I finished 2 books already. One of Umberto Eco, the Cemetery of Prague, and the other one was The American Princess of Aniette van der Zijl, a marvelous story about a poor American girl who became one of the richest women in America during wartime and crisis in 1992. 1929, sorry. So,
you got inspired already.
Yeah, already inspired because I already started poor. The only thing I have to do now is become rich.
Maybe we will see you now on the live stream and think that's a good actor. So who knows? One-way ticket to Hollywood.
I doubt it, but
you never know.
You never know. So,
like
the camera is over there.
Yeah. You have to look at me. I was wondering now that we're not doing any shows.
I've been in the sun already because I didn't use sunscreen the first days. It's a little bit. Sorry, whatever.
Normally you're only wearing the red nose, but now your whole face is red.
Now it's a sort of white nose and a red face.
And it would be nice to have some white teeth as well, but yeah, okay, you're getting old already.
What's wrong with my teeth?
No, nothing. You still have them.
That's true. So
I think it's a crisis time. It's time to come up with new ideas, new inspiration. You already read a book about how to get rich.
Yeah.
And I hope you will be rich soon and you don't forget about me.
Sorry, your name was?
Yeah. Oh, I can put it in the screen what my name is so you can remember it.
Maybe that will. Yeah.
Seriously, I think it's time to come up with new ideas or ideas that already that you've been thinking about and develop it.
Yeah.
I mean, with Flower Circus as well, we started out with only doing shows, we were doing shows. We combined that now with online services, and we made not long ago. We made how to make movies.
Yeah.
Together with
Yeah, we did.
And the first one that you made will be online today, from Beyond, with their yellow chrysanthemums.
Yeah, the Baltica yellow.
So I advise everybody to watch our Facebook and Instagram to see it, to get inspired.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of growers and people, florists, wholesalers, should work on their website, things like that. But to do it, you need good pictures. And you are the specialist as it comes to pictures in Flower Circus.
As in Flower Circus, I am probably the most experienced photographer. Besides me being a ringmaster at Flower Circus, I also do some promotional photography for a lot of other flowers than just the growers of which are participating in Flower Circus. Among others, the Gerber pictures of the last 3 years were done by me and a company called 2 Design. Most of the lily pictures of the last 5-6 years are done by me, and hydrangea and
Lysianthus. You forgot about the Lysianthus.
Yeah, Lysianthus already. I've looked Lysianthus. So you can say I'm quite an experienced photographer.
Yeah.
as far as I know.
Yeah. I really like the result of Lucht Lysiantes. If you look at the new website with the pictures, it really looks fresh.
Yeah.
Nice pictures.
Much more fresh than the previous website.
Yeah, that's for sure. Do you have any tips for people when they need to take pictures or when they take pictures?
Hire Flower Circus. No, buy a good camera, but maybe you can do it by iPhone or iPad as well, because they have quite a nice camera these days, or a Samsung Huawei telephone, and get in as close as you can with your camera, because if most of the people, they zoom up on their screen, but the trick is go as close as you can with your camera into your design or flower and whatever.
Yeah,
and
I think
make sure it is sharp, but that's most of the time not the problem with a iPhone or smartphone camera. Same as for iPad. But if you go real close, you can get a depth of field as well, or actually a lack of depth of field. So you have a sharp and unsharp in your picture, which makes it quite nice to look at.
Okay. And is there a difference in making pictures for social media or for magazines?
Yeah.
Or is it the same?
The difference for social media and magazines, most of the time for magazines, you take your pictures in portrait stand, and for social media, it's most of the time it's square. For Instagram, for instance, so you have to put all the information of your photo in a sort of square thing. And if you do it for social media, you can do it landscape as well, because landscape is lay flat and portrait is standing up. So you can, because most of the social media, especially Facebook, is done on iPads and desktops as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great tip. Thank you.
That's the junior.
Yeah, he's quiet. I don't know what to do with him. But,
he's still quiet, but he has some work to do for his study.
Okay.
Studying political science.
Yeah.
So he also gets to wear the nose after all.
Yeah.
So, and it's always nice on social media to do a mix of some personal things, like a picture of yourself, or if you're not handsome like me and you, just a picture of your wife and your children, combined with the product you're selling or want to promote. It's all, in my opinion, it's always about the combination of personal and business.
Yeah. And if you post about your flowers, don't forget to mention the name of the flowers, because if people want to buy it, they see it, they want to buy it, they don't know what it's called. They can't buy it.
I still don't know what it's called. So it's all flowers for me. You know I'm not the most
Answer. Oh, sorry, different word.
That's why I wear a nose. And if I want to look real handsome, I use a top hat as well.
Yeah, that helps for everybody, I can tell you.
Tell something about which is the most prettiest now, Johnny boy. So serious. What were we talking about? Flower names. It's always important to name your flowers the right way, because that's the way your customers or your followers can make a difference at the wholesaler and ask for that particular variety or whatever.
It's not only about making the picture and having a good camera. What I noticed when I'm at a show and I need to make pictures, light plays a big role as well, isn't it?
Yeah, always. Because the quality of the picture is always a combination of light and how strong your hands are to get your camera so it doesn't shake like the one nephew with Parkinson taking the pictures on your wedding day.
Or drunk.
Or drunk, or a combination of that. But I'm not sure if a drunk guy with Parkinson gets it close or whatever.
Yeah.
Forget the part of shaking your camera. It's a lot of light, and it's not always the natural light you can use because of the. Oh, that's the wife! My God, whose wife is that? So if it can be done with artificial light, you can do it by that. And nowadays we carry artificial light with us when we do Flower Circus shows, because most of the time, a lot of times, we have to do our photography in the evening.
Yeah.
So that's quite difficult. But if it can be done outside, that's always my preference.
Yeah, even at nighttime.
Even at nighttime, but it depends on the designs and the designer.
Yeah.
If I get a gay designer, it's probably, and if I have a female designer, they're always nice.
Yeah. If there are any questions about taking pictures or how to take pictures, please send them to us, and maybe Jhon can answer them now or later. Next to making pictures or being the photographer of the Flower Circus, you most of the time go to England for Flower Circus.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit what is going on there, or do you know what's going on there at the moment? Because a lot has changed the last couple of days.
Yeah, I understood that the wholesalers are closing now as well, because a lot of flower shops are closing. Most of the flowers are now sold by retailers, if they're sold. England is more in a lockdown than Holland is right now, but it's practically the same thing. I'm not sure if I think the UK Mother's Day was quite well for a lot of florists, but after that the sales declined, collapsed, if you can say about that. But and they're all preparing for when they go out of the lockdown to pick up their business as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I think everybody should use this period just to come up with new ideas.
And make some promotion as well, because there terrible things happen when you don't promote your flowers, because nothing happens when you don't promote your flowers. And promotion is one of the things we can do. It hasn't to be. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be done quite mean and lean, even by yourself or with the help of Flower Circus, with photography or just social media. But make sure your customers, make sure that you are top of mind with your customers, and stay top of mind.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing now. People have some other things on their mind. So if you can help them during this period, let's say with delivering flowers for a mother, for a friend who's sick, or you just want to show your appreciation, make sure that you still try to sell.
When it's your mother-in-law, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah, but then you can buy some different flowers.
Yeah, just the thorns and not the roses. Sorry about that.
No, great. Yeah, do you have something to add? I mean, you said about, what I want to ask is, you said about some retailers are still selling, others stop selling, or?
Others stop selling or stop temporarily selling flowers because they can't. They don't have the wheels to supply their stores, or they don't have enough wheels to supply their stores. So the one thing that's not necessary, they keep out of the lorry, and in some cases that's flowers, but that's a temporary thing. So there will be sold flowers. We have a lot of positive energy during the last 1.5 weeks about giving flowers to everybody in Holland, almost. The vital occupations like nurses, doctors, whatever. So there was a lot of positivity, and I think it's picked up by the consumers. So they're buying flowers now.
Yeah, and sitting at home without flowers. Yeah, it's nicer to sit home with flowers.
Yeah, maybe you can see it's over there, roses and viburnum. I have some tulips in my house, some orchids, and even some lisianthus. So also in my house, I'm not sure about yours, but I make sure I get the flowers I need, and I pay for them as well.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the
that's
main thing. We don't have to give anything. It's the most wonderful thing if you buy your flowers instead of getting them, because
yeah.
yeah.
Or if you're getting flowers from somebody else, it's time for you to give flowers to somebody as well. Just make a chain reaction.
But make sure you pay for them. And if you do it at the florist, it's okay. If you do it directly from the grower, that's also okay. But that's not for everybody. That's not possible for everybody. So buy flowers as soon as you can, and give them away to your mother, your grandmother, your wife, your girlfriend. And if you give them to your girlfriend, don't tell your wife.
It's also important. No, I think it's important what you said, buy flowers, and also as a whole or as a company, stay on top of mind of your customers. Try to help your customer. Maybe it's not the way you used to help your customer, but there's always a way you can help people.
Yeah.
Just all stay positive and safe.
And make sure you're top of mind with your customers, even on social. Even if you do it on social media or you do it live, you visit them with the 1.5 or 2 meters divided from each other. But also, you can also call them and make sure that you are top of mind. And stay there.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
What will be the next show, Johnny?
The next show will be actually, was supposed to be on Monday, but the next show will be tomorrow. Tomorrow we will talk about an initiative from a lot of people in Holland. It's called Flowers for Oxygen. They made a piece of art at Keukenhof.
That's the Sarah Dicker thing. Am I correct?
That's the?
It's the thing done by Sarah Dicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah Dicker is also a face of the campaign.
Okay, great.
So they made a really nice piece of art at Keukenhof. Keukenhof is closed as well, unfortunately.
And won't open until 2021.
Okay, that's new for me. So thank you for the news. But you can see it online.
So yeah, you can visit them online. And I think Bart, the director of Keukenhof, will show you all parts of the Keukenhof. And I'm not sure if it's closed until the next year, but most of the time Keukenhof is about open for 10 weeks, and I think the all 10 weeks are in the lockdown period by the Dutch government.
Okay, Jhon, thank you very much.
You're welcome again.
Hope to see the people soon again on this live stream.
Okay.
Sure.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your